Hey everyone, welcome back to Twilight Princess 3 Heart Run. This is Eesgooshee.
This is Doppelsnopalot.
And I think we're probably going to spend this entire video talking about Silent Hill 2. So, if you haven't played that game and are interested in it still,
Mute.
Yeah, mute the sound. You can probably go find it at a used game store for pretty cheap. I got it for like $10, so it was well worth it. So, just warning you guys, spoilers about Silent Hill 2. So, you said it's a pretty simple, straightforward game, Doppelsnopalot.
I did.
Defend your argument. How is it
Well,
simple?
you're just a guy with some unresolved issues about his dead wife in a town that brings your unresolved issues to physical manifestations.
So everything in the entire game is born from the mind of James Sunderland.
Born from the mind of someone in it. There's more than one person born in the normal way in it.
Yeah, but who are the real people and who are manifestations of people's psyches and mind memory stuffs?
James is real. James is real. Or is he? Or is he a manifestation of his own mind?
The entire game takes place inside Pyramid Head's brain.
Yeah, Angela's real.
What about Laura and Maria and Eddie?
Maria, no. Laura, sure. Eddie, probably.
Alright. I think that James is real. I think that... I'm not sure what to think about Maria. Like, about a third of the way into the game, I said, oh, she's probably, the Vertigo version of Mary. Or another way I described it was, if she's Maul from Inception, if Leonardo DiCaprio was played by Edward Norton's character in Fight Club. Or basically, she's this projection of all his memories of his dead wife, except with all the bad stuff that he didn't like taken out, and with more exciting stuff put in that he wished that his wife had. Like, working at a strip joint. Laura, I'm not sure about, because there's two really interesting theories regarding her. One is that she is real, and that she's pretty much the only innocent one in the game. Being 8 years old, she hasn't killed anyone. And, but the other theory is that, whereas Maria is everything that James wished Mary was, Laura is a manifestation of all the things that he didn't like about her. And you'll notice in the game he really doesn't like Laura. And also there's the fact that you never see them in the same place at the same time, and the game goes out of its way to make sure they're never in the same place. Like how Maria doesn't want to go into the bowling because she hates bowling. She doesn't want to go into the bowling alley. But she hates bowling! And that's like the only reason. And then you see Louise in there. Or not Louise. Laura. Louise is the name of the cat in this game. And, so you see Laura in there, and then she runs away, and then when you're leaving, you don't see Laura anymore, you just see Maria running back.
Interesting.
Angela is... I think Angela's real. And I think she's actually I think she's my favorite character of that game. Just because she's the most sympathetic, even though she also murdered someone.
She had a good reason.
Yeah. But I think she's the character that, with the maybe possible exception of James, she's the one they thought the most about. I never really liked Eddie.
You're not supposed to.
I mean, yeah, I know, but I never liked him as a character either. I get that he's supposed to be unlikable, and he's, rationalizing being a murderer, even though he's just a crazy, psychotic guy.
I thought he worked.
It did, but only as a contrast to Angela.
And he was a really good boss fight. Or at least The Aftermath was a really good boss fight where a video game character feels remorse for killing someone.
The first phase of that boss fight was actually really silly for me because I just had the
Sword?
steel pipe.
Oh.
So I just poked him over and over again. He couldn't attack me because I was faster.
Oh, I just thwacked him once with the great knife.
Yeah, I never actually used that at all.
It's super fun and satisfying.
Yeah, I imagine, but it's just way too slow for me.
Oh, you just have to time it right while people are approaching you.
I know that. It's just that, like, if I knew stuff about the game, I would totally use it. Because I know what this enemy does, I know how much time I have. And I would be in super analyzing video game mode. But when I'm going through it the first time, I don't know what to expect, so I don't know if it would work on anything. So I mostly use the steel pipe. Because the fact that it has a really long range really helps.
I use the steel pipe for, like, one level. Or, like, even half a level, like half the hospital. But then, after that, I just started using the guns. Because I had enough ammo stockpile that it didn't matter anymore.
See, here's the thing about me, and that,
Yay, she's alive again.
Yeah, she was only mostly dead. She got better. So, if you were to ask me my favorite horror games, Silent Hill 2 would definitely be in the top 3, but I don't know where it would be. Like, number 1 I'm pretty sure would be Eternal Darkness. And then number 2 would either be Silent Hill 2 or Resident Evil, the first one. And, see, the thing is, everyone that's played them both is probably going to be like, oh, Silent Hill 2 is so much better, the story's better, it's more psychological, they don't just have dogs jumping out of windows at you. And I agree with all that. But the thing about Resident Evil is that it has completely shaped how I play video games. Because you had to conserve ammo in that game, and I played the GameCube remake. It was the first time I played it, actually. And that was the one where if you didn't blow up a zombie's head, or burn it, or burn the body, it would come back as like a super zombie and totally f you up. So I got really used to, whenever I found a zombie, just taking out the shotgun, waiting until it was right on top of me, and then blowing its head off with one shot. And now whenever I play a game, most of the time I'll be really conservative with my ammo. Like, you've played co-op with me before, you know.
I have. You only use pistols.
Right. Like, there are exceptions, like, Modern Warfare type games where they just throw a bunch of rifles at you and the only way to get through the game is with heavy assault rifle fire. I'll use a lot of guns in that, Left 4 Dead. I'll generally use more ammo than other games.
Except for Left 4 Dead 2, where you just melee your way through.
Alright, yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, I totally meleeed everything. But, for the most part, I'm very conservative about my ammo, and I'll usually finish any given game with just a ton of ammo, because I never use it all. And that's kind of how I played Silent Hill 2. I meleeed everything. I used guns for a couple boss fights, and then for cockroaches, because they're easier to shoot.
They are easier to shoot. They're easier to ignore.
Yeah, but that one was just really bugging me.
Ha ha!
No pun intended.
No, you intended it.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
It was like in a hallway where I didn't know what to do, so I thought I had to kill all the enemies. And all that was left was a cockroach.
Those guys are creepy.
Oh yeah, remember when I said we were talking about Princess Mononoke and I said that thing about the little forest beings that had the heads that twitched?
Yeah.
And then I said that this game has those, but they're creepier.
Yeah.
That's what those things are.
Alright.
So, are there any bases we haven't touched about Silent Hill 2?
This one time, at work, someone was telling me how great the Natal was. Or some people call it a Kinect. But that sounds too good. And so I was like, alright, that's cool, but have you ever, played some of these other games, like Silent Hill 2? And I tried describing it, but there is a definite barrier, because aspects of that game are not work appropriate. What makes Silent Hill 2 great? Rape.
The whole Natal thing reminds me of how I used to always call the Wii the Revolution, because I thought Wii was a stupid name. So I insisted on calling it the Revolution, which was the in-progress name.
Imagine if they made, like...
That's the end of this video.
Ah.
See you guys next time.